All right, guys, it's time for the tiebreaker matchup. As you can see, tiebreaker actually fits in the little box, so clearly not as important a match as that third place one. But it's going to be Hi Five facing off once again against Boogaloo. It's a best of one. Winner of this game will clinch that fourth place spot, Hindu.
Yep, they'll join Eager, Legion, and Return, who have all qualified today 100% through. Nothing to worry about there. Now it's up to these two. Boogaloo versus Hi Five. They're equal on points. It's a best of one as well. There ain't no rematches this time round. This is it. This is the one that gets them the spot into the qualifiers. But can they make it is the question. And what's going to be the game plan for both teams?
Indeed. Gotta do a little switching here, guys. The UI is messing up in-game, so things will be correct in just a moment.
I hate you. Not really, I love you, Simon, really. Shout out to Zan and his lovely, just to say, shout out to Zan and his lovely overlays, as you can see on the screen. They've been there the entire Challenger production. Seven weeks of play. 7 weeks of play, and we get a tie on points between two teams for this last spot.
Crazy stuff. And this is like,
would you have believed it?
This is one of the more limited situations. There's like a very obscure possibility. It was like a 7-way tie for fourth place or something like that. You know, the heavens aligned, hell froze over, and all different things. It could have been crazy.
No, we wouldn't have been doing that. I guarantee you, I would have gone to sleep by now. But honestly, I wouldn't have, because North America, honestly, this has been very exciting this season. Boogaloo, though, the picks and bans are raining through. Talk me through them, buddy boy.
Still catching up. Sorry. They're backwards and reversed. I'm catching up, and they're also still rushing through, so I'm just playing catch up.
So Hi Five have banned away Bastet, and they've also banned away Geb. Across the way, Boogaloo have banned away Bakasora and Bellona. And the first pick for the boys of Hi Five was Thor. Once again, they get that Thor pick this time round. And in response, though, Boogaloo do pick up Sylvanus and Scylla. So Scylla, the same god again for Nick. He played pretty well last game, in all honesty. He just got forced out in the team fights towards the end. But this time, they're going to have Sylvanus in this lane.
There's a lot of roots, a lot of character coming out of him as well. We'll have to see how it works out. I'd say Athena might have a little bit more of an advantage, so you know exactly where they'll be going when that taunt does hit. The grab, it's like, well, will the grab actually hit? Will it miss? You have to kind of adjust midway through your I'm a Monster planning. But it's still a lot of setup coming out from him. He has the root, he has the grab, he has the Wrath of Terra for the knock-up, so it'll still work out pretty well. That said, they're going to be knocking out, I believe that was Ullr for the final ban coming out by... Who the heck is even on the left at this point? I don't know. I'm all sorts of confused. Ullr was banned. Xbalanque also getting banned.
Hi Five was banned by Ullr. Xbalanque was banned by Boogaloo. So we're going to see two different hunters picked up here this time round from both these teams. And immediately, Rama gets locked in for Hi Five. Nontar going to be playing that Rama this time round. We saw him play it in the earlier rounds as well, and it worked out okay for him. We'll see how it works this time. At the moment, though, Boogaloo have to pick both gods here. They're hovering over Loki.
Ullr gets locked in as well. Loki would be an interesting pickup for this team composition, and it does get locked in. So it is likely going to be a solo lane Loki coming out for Uzzy Wuzzy. A lot of split push potential, a lot of little cheeky burst shenanigans coming out from him as well. And, you know, pretty safe. He has that Vanish. The biggest question on my mind, for Uzzy Wuzzy specifically, not necessarily the gods picked up, how many mana buffs is he going to get this game?
Oh, I don't.
I know, I keep harping on it, but it's like...
Why did you ban Bacchus when it was a ban onto Bakasora?
Because
everyone in chat is like,
they're right next to each
Hindu's
other.
an idiot. Yeah, well, what we need to do, I would never take you into a pre-made game, I'll tell you that much. If I say ban Bakasora, I expect a Bakasora man, not a random fat man ban just because you've got something against them and their alcoholic addictions. Here's the picks and bans though, guys. Boogaloo versus Hi Five. Hi Five have Thor, Isis, Athena, Rama, and Arachne up against Boogaloo, Sylvanus, Scylla, Ullr, Loki, and Batz. We're going to be bringing you all the action shortly. Is there anything to add that's actually going to be correct this time?
In theory, everything on screen should be correct. I hope, / fingers crossed, knock on wood, where's Chunga, I need a rabbit's foot kind of situation. But nevertheless, the final match of the day is going to come up here, guys. It's a best of one. We'll see who goes home with that fourth place spot secured. We'll be finding out in just a few. Alright guys, it's time for Boogaloo to face off against Hi Five for the second time today. It is the tiebreaker match, as we said during picks and bans. Whoever wins this clinches that all-important guaranteed ticket to the summer split qualifiers.
Yep, to the Summer Split qualifiers between these two teams. This is a big game for both of them. Let's talk about matchups now, because at the moment you can see Hi Five roaming the jungle looking for a pick. They're not going to find one just yet. But matchups, we're going to see Loki versus Arachne, Thor versus Batz in the jungle. Scylla versus Isis. Isis will push early. Arachne versus Loki. Arachne's got lane dominance for a long period of this game. There's not a whole lot Loki can do against that. He's just going to decoy and farm safely. But the problem is, though, is I expect Hi Five to invade. It would not surprise me to see an invasion from an Arachne and a Thor against a Loki and a Batz. If this invade doesn't happen, I'll be really shocked. And it's going to be up to Boogaloo to defend against this and how they're going to play it out, because they should expect this invade themselves.
If nothing else, going for that early invade could potentially force a non-decoy start out of Uzzy Wuzzy. Without that decoy early on, their wave clear is going to be pretty lacking for the initial first level. Could potentially deny a decent chunk of a wave of experience and minions to the tower. They are still hanging around. They are going to be looking for this here in very short order. We'll have to see in just a second how this works out.
Here's the invade starting on right now. Medieval Brochacho's here. The decoy comes down. Uzzy Wuzzy's going to get some autos to the face. Double tap connects as well. He jumps the armor perfectly. Just Brochacho. They're not going to find the kill though. You know why? They missed the web. Yeah. The web needed to connect, and the web missing means that they're not going to be able to secure the kill. But they will get the speed unless Unique makes a big play here. 2v1.
Yeah, he's looking for it mid lane. Uzzy Wuzzy trying to do what he can to soak up a little bit of experience from Nick. The fight coming out. Who got it? It was Unique.
Got it. And he gets away as well. So the invade fails from Hi Five. And Uzzy Wuzzy actually got experience off the mid lane, which was a great call from him to go there to soak up experience. No, they didn't use the hog. It was Unique who managed to get the hog down. So they will steal away the blue buff instead. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, you're going to now see Unique rotate to this instead here. He's still level 1. Now hitting level 2. Going to eat some Wingust damage there from Vulture. But this invade wasn't as good as the Hi Five were hoping for, but they still stole the blue.
Going to Vulture in the mid lane. Unique, the monkey just trying to soak up and just get himself into this one. Not able to do so. Did give first blood to Vulture. He is very low as well. He's going to have to play passively here, using one of those health potions to kind of keep himself healthy. But for now, at least, Hi Five looking to build themselves a nice, strong early game lead.
They're doing the best they can. They stole away the blue buff, and already first blood onto Isis is going to make her a lot stronger in this early game already. Loki isn't too far behind, but without that blue buff being online and the fact he went multi-potions here, means he's not going to have too much mon and probably going to have the base a lot more often than he'd like to in this lane.
It won't be the worst thing necessarily. As he does have the option of picking up a teleport when he goes back. He did not start Hand of the Gods, so he'll have that kind of extra active slot to play around with later on. So we'll see what they look to do. Rotation coming out. Hi Five still working on slowly but surely clearing up their jungle buffs on the right-hand side of the map. They're going to be picking up that speed buff, and I imagine after that, Brochacho will finally start looking to rotate around the map a little bit more.
Checking in with dual lane now. The axe lands, followed by the pull-up to non-top, but a great taunt from Polar Bear. Might forces a disengage there. I was just about to say that's the first time we've seen potions really popped in this lane by Hi Five. They've done a good job of not taking too much poke up to level 4 against this Boogaloo lineup of Ullr and Sylvanus, which will have the push power in this lane for the most part. Meanwhile, in the jungle here, you can see Bolcher's coming back at level 5. Brochacho will be hitting that very soon himself. And the boys of Boogaloo just have to weather the storm for now.
Right lane, Uzzy Wuzzy doing okay for the time being. He's doing a decent job keeping himself active in this lane. It's a large wave of minions being built up by Medieval, though. That decoy, one more, could potentially take down a decent chunk of this, but immediately Medieval sees the opportunity, puts some poke and pressure on Uzzy Wuzzy, forcing a vanish, using some more of that all-so-important mana on the side of Uzzy Wuzzy.
Mid-harpies have spawned, left-hand side Bolcher's here, but so are 3 members of Boogaloo. And it looks like those did go in favour of Hi Five. No, Boogaloo. Boogaloo got the lefts and right ones. Actually going to go down to Brochacho on his own there to even up the experience a little bit. So far, so good. The experience lead's still in Hi Five's favour, as is the gold lead based off that early invasion and the first blood by Vulture.
Yeah, Medieval taking a little stroll through the jungle, looking for some back harpies, going to find they are already down. Uzzy Wuzzy starting with a Heartseeker Rush, finishing that one up, looking to get that decoy in line to instantly clear that wave as soon as he possibly can. Once he gets to that point, he'll kind of be safe and lane, drop a decoy, and the minions are already dead. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore. Until that actually starts to happen, however, it's still going to be a small advantage for Medieval, and he has probably about another minute or two before Uzzy Wuzzy actually gets to that point. He can fully clear with one decoy.
I mean, he's generally looking for like rank 3 in decoy minimum once the Heartseeker gets online, but he's probably going to be about rank 4 by the time decoy could clear with the Heartseeker stacks anyway. So around rank 4, rank 5 of the decoy before you'll see him full clear. So still Medieval's going to keep trying to apply pressure every single wave. You'll see him trying to zone Uzzy Wuzzy away as he goes in for the decoy. Poke damage once again. Spiders being forcing the vanish. And without a blue buff, Uzzy Wuzzy is going to run out of mana and have to base and potentially lose all this experience in gold here because he did hit them. Yeah, gonna have to force it. It's a good call to get teleport because of the situation he's in. Really good play from Uzzy Wuzzy.
Yep, he'll clear up all but 1 minion worth of gold from that wave, so not much denial coming out from that. And for now, buff's getting picked up a little bit of rotation in the mid lane. Mid Harpy's still a little ways off. Taunt going to miss from Polar Bear Mike, but they're looking for these plays. But again, similar to last game, both these teams know a lot is on the line, even more so this time, because it is do or die right now for Boogaloo in this one. They had that kind of safety net last game. This time, they don't have that same luxury.
Well, the bottom half of the jungle is spawned for Boogaloo. Hi Five's jungle is going to take a little bit longer to spawn just because of how the game began. And Elbow Chacho's on this side of the map now. He's ulting up into the sky, looking for Unique at this speed buff. Will he find it? Well, he's going to steal away the buff, then turn his attention to Unique for the silence from Vulture. Spirit Bolt does not connect, and Nick might be in a bit of trouble here, but a quick Sentinel away, and the Athena ult now used. They steal away speed, but do they get anything else?
They could potentially look for it as he was. He kind of roaming nearby, still invisible for the time being. Unique is going back to base. That means there is no Hand of the Gods available to secure this buff over the wall. He could throw a decoy, but that would only be helping out the enemy team steal his own buff. That's going to go on to Medieval.
Whoa.
And
left side, we did actually see Boogaloo steal away the purple buff in response, though, away from Nonton. Athena rotated with that ultimate Defender of Olympus, meant that there was no pressure on the side of the map, so Boogaloo exploited that and stole away the purple buff away from Nonton to deny some experience there. So at the moment, the solo lane and the jungler are ahead in experience because of the way they're playing, but the duo lane of Boogaloo are the ones that are ahead for them.
They're going to pick up their own attack speed buff right now as well. They're going to share the love. Yeah, a little decision betting.
Oh, Medieval's going all in. Medieval's going all in under that tower there. He didn't actually use his ultimate, though. And now he's going to go in for it on Ozzy Wuzzy. He's looking for the vanish. Will he find the damage? That's the question. Yes, he will. And he'll be able to escape for free.
Yep, able to tank up the tower. Those spiderlings can be deceptively useful for that purpose. And then coming back with the Nightcrawler. Worked out quite well.
From Chris Pocket into the I'm a monster, but Vulture doesn't need that much poke damage. A great wall for Bro Chacho, though. Secures one. Unique has to use the Fear No Evil defensively. They're looking for more, but they're going to get just with those mid-harpies.
Yep, those will go to Hi Five, plus a nice little kill onto Nick. You know, I'm a monster setup coming out from them was good, but the follow-up wasn't there. Thor is up. They're looking for a pick in the left lane, not going to find the stun. Follow-up, not going to connect either. Ram looking for some damage from downtown. Going to find a little bit. And actually, betting on getting caught by the taunt. Pulled back into that one. Will fall in the end.
They expended a lot for that kill, but at least they secure it. And now Medieval's actually rotate all the way over here from the solo lane, thanks to that pressure they put on there now. Are they looking for the Gold Fury already? Athena's going to be dunking back in. Quick Gold Fury for Hi Five. They're having no mess in this game. Their destiny was in their hands after they got themselves into that 3rd, 4th place matchup. And now they can potentially still secure this spot.
Nick going to be forced to use a Sentinel to run away from Medieval. This one, he's going to return back to that right lane. Uzzy Wuzzy will have that little bit extra speed, plus the invisibility from the Vanish to run away from this. The tier 1 not going to fall from this particular wave of minions, so nice rotation overall just to ensure that nice, quick, easy gold free pickup for Hi Five. Nothing really lost. If Medieval keeps doing what he was doing in the solo lane, he's not going to be too off-put by the fact that this tower is sitting around 2/3 health. He's going to look for a kill and look to apply some damage himself.
Exactly, and he's actually found the Loki there because of the bleed damage is keeping the chase on. Unfortunately, he's got no web just yet to continue that chase, but good work from Medieval here to keep the pressure on. The big news about killing him as well, there's Adam, is it keeps the Heartseeker stacks low, which means the decoy doesn't clear the wave yet as effectively just yet. He still needs a few more stacks or the max rank of decoy to really be able to clear the wave in one go, which puts the pressure on this Loki even more.
We'll see if Uzzy Wuzzy can hold on to this lane later on in this matchup. If he can kind of just keep things where they are now, he will still be a very big factor overall. But the problem is going to be Medieval is going to continue looking for these plays. They're trying to answer one back as rotation comes out. Freedom will drop down, immediately able to channel up that Nightcrawler. Going to be safe overall from that ultimate for ultimate.
But Brochacho, he's going to go take to the sky in response here. Maybe look for a pick himself. Will he find Uzzy Wuzzy? Is the question. Will they look elsewhere? He's not going to find him. The wall will. The double tap was used, but the great use of Assassinate keeps Uzzy Wuzzy alive. Here comes reinforcements for Hi Five, though.
Yep, they're looking to lock this one down in the back. Wolf going to find Uzzy Wuzzy. This is going to more likely not be a kill here in a moment. The Sikkim is good. The shield wall finds the kill for Vulture in the end. I'm a monster. Nick going to find a huge chunk of damage. Can they answer back? Vulture finds the double kill. But health bars for Hi Five are too low to really chase. Although Medieval may not be aware of that going for the dive.
Oh, Medieval, the pull was huge from Chris Pocket there. He's going to secure the kill with the help of the tower. Going over to Unique. Unique somersaults in, looking for Bolchover and smash. Finds his way in, and now the trade between the junglers is good. But Chris Pocket answers back again. Support versus support.
A little bit of a slap fight back and forth with the healing coming out. Polar Bear Mike going to back off just a little bit. Big plays coming out for both teams. Hi Five with those health bars as low as they were. They could not run back out past that tower without getting killed from that. And they basically just got caught between a rock and a hard place, or a tree and a hard place in that particular instance. And, well, Boogaloo were able to answer back pretty big overall.
Well, Nonton in mid lane, rotate to mid lane, push down mid tower while this was all going on. Vetium stayed in lane, farmed up, put half the pressure down. Is it Nonton going to go for a fight here? I don't think he's going to make it in time. Vetium should get back in time. Here we go. Round one between the two. They're trading. The axe connects. There's the damage burst coming out from Vetium. He realizes, though, that Athena's coming, so jumps away. But now, with Polar Bear Mike being here, Vetium's in trouble. I don't think Nonton's good enough for ult.
No,
he's not good enough.
Not a little short in that. But a couple seconds, he's going for it.
He does.
Healing.
Well, he found the snipes, but the healing's out.
Yeah.
Not going to find it.
So, it was a little bit of a close call there coming out on the side of Vetium. He was able to escape in the end with the help of Chris Pocket being back in lane just in the nick of time. Double taunt comes in.
Double taunt.
Follow-up.
And Thor is up in the air. There's where the follow-up's going to be. They've not seen it yet. They will now as it hits onto Chris Pocket. He gets evaporated with a silent Spirit Ball combo from Vulture. Around the backside comes Unique to try and defend against the tier 1 tower being falling down. Going to clear it out, but they will lose the purple ball. Finna Weevil is going in. He's looking for Nonto. Not going to find enough damage though to bring him down. He does lose the purple buff for the time being, giving Nick a little bit of free farm in mid lane at the moment as they still siege this left hand side.
Unique just barely able to run away from that one. This is going to be a close game. Hi Five are being very aggressive in these plays. They have a strong lead, but the game is not over. It's only 11 minutes into this one so far. Gold Fury is going to be up in about a minute. That's going to be really the next point of contention in this matchup. Loki, you know, Uzzy Wuzzy's had a rough time in that lane, but with the rotations and Medieval roaming around, he's doing a very good job of getting damage to that tower and denying a lot of gold. He's only sitting behind by about 700, and the way that lane has gone so far, it's a little surprising to be honest.
But that's what Loki needs to do here, is just continue split pushing. If he can keep forcing people over here, his team can try and put pressure elsewhere on the map, if possible, by them trying to rotate for him. That time around, though, they did try and defend the Loki, who's in a lot of pressure, and it didn't work out well for them. Unique on the left-hand side, though, with Chris Pocket in tow. They're looking for something on Nonton. Not going to find anything for now, though, but maybe they will, but he did step on a ward.
Yeah, so they have an idea, at least, where everyone is right now. Nick in that mid lane, kind of backing off. That tier 1 tower was brought down a little while ago. He doesn't have that safety net to fall back to right there. He has to go all the way back to the tier 2. Gold Fury is about to spawn here in just a moment. They might potentially look for Uzzy Wuzzy. Thor is nearby. He's going up.
He's going up. He is going up, but did the ward spot him? I don't think it did. Uzzy Wuzzy's going to get hit by the full wombo combo. Assassinate away. Again, double tap does not find it, but Medieval's going in.
He's kind of just chilling for a second, waiting, trying to decide what they want to do. Going to drop down, just wait for those minions to come down. They go for the kill, nevertheless. Uzzy Wuzzy in the back is dead, yes. This could be a tower.
Meanwhile, the Gold Fury has been started up on the left-hand side. The taunt is good from Polar Bear, but it's not good enough to secure the Gold Fury. Spirit Ball comes out, and there's the Wrath coming out from Chris Pocket. The chase is on as Chris Pocket tries to slow them all down and keep them all at bay.
It was a good attempt there by Hi Five to turn that one back around, but they could not get in. Healing is going to start becoming a very big factor in this matchup. Sylvanus, looking at that number, he's only sitting at about 1,000 so far, but he's really only been involved in 2 big fights. We saw him save the life of Vetium just a couple moments ago in that right side team fight as well, making some pretty clutch pulls, getting some people in to answer back some kills on that right lane engagement. Tier 1 tower did fall in that as well to Hi Five to answer back a little bit. With a grouping left side right now, though, who is going to look for initiation?
Oh, the taunt hits onto Vetium, followed by a Spirit Ball. Wind Gust coming down. Vetium gets annihilated. Nonton with a killing blow. He rolls into Nick, though, to put the pressure on there, forcing Nick away with the Sentinel. Nonton's going to try and penetrate through the wall. Not going to find the penetration he needs, though, as the team start to group on left. That was a good call from Boogaloo, though, honestly, to go for that Gold Fury. That's what they need to do. When they focus Loki, focus on the Gold Fury, and they abuse it wisely. The bad news is, though, Hi Five are just doing well in these fights.
Yeah, they picked up another tier 1 tower for themselves. The gold from that Gold Fury kind of even back out at this point. It was a nice little kind of buffer for Boogaloo to pick that one up, kind of keeping the bleed from running away from them entirely, but they need to start looking to answer back in bigger ways. Medieval kind of, at this point, Loki is able to wave clear safely. There's not really a big advantage, unless he looks for a kill onto Loki, when, you know, a little back and forth poke getting thrown out. It's basically going to come down to how well can Uzzy Wuzzy make use of that teleport he's since picked up. If you can get a rotation to the left side and join a fight when Medieval's left running across the map, that could be a pretty big little advantage for those guys.
Well, here we go. Medieval under pressure once again on this right-hand side. He's going to get all the way by Athena. Straight away, the ultimate is available for Medieval. He waits for the last second to use it, looking for the re-aggression mainly, but he's going to leap away. Somersault chase from Unique. There's Athena able to secure the kill. Polar Bear Mike will escape, but on the backside of this, in comes Vulture.
Indeed, Spirit Ball over the wall is good,
Oh.
or not good, excuse me, does miss. It looked like it was
Detonated a little bit less. It did. It would have connected. He just detonated a little bit too late. Spirit Ball, as you all know, if you played her, you have to cast a skill again to detonate it early. Otherwise, it'll go the full duration. Bit unfortunate there for Bolcher. As they do find that kill on Medieval, it's going to slow things down for a moment or two. We can still see the experience and gold lead are in Hi Five's favour. And after 7 weeks, it comes down to one game for both these teams.
Indeed. Savetium trying to secure his buff, but Nantan looking to steal it away. Axe Stun will not connect as reinforcements arrive. He will back off a little bit. They have a deep sentry ward placed down, just kind of keep tabs exactly where where Boogaloo rather are looking to rotate around. As things stand right now, like you said, it's down to this one game. And both these teams are being very respectful of each other still. Hi Five have a decent lead, about 3,500 gold, but they're not overcommitting to anything right now. They still are looking for pretty big picks. They're looking for the opportunities to turn those opportunities into other opportunities and not looking to kind of make a big, huge play and try and run away with the game right now.
Brochacho has played very, very well today overall. I think Brochacho's play has really helped to lead his team to the victory points at the moment. His Thor jungle, his rotations into these fights have caused a lot of problems for them. The whole boys of Hi Five are up for this one, though. You can tell that, and Boogaloo found themselves again in a rough spot against these guys. Nick needs to watch himself against Medieval. He's come back up a Chris Pocket, but trying to pick that spot is a rough ask. Right inside, though, Loki's trading with Thor.
He is Thor up in the air. He better use that defensively. This could be a big mistake for him. The rotation is on its way. As he was going to stealth up and force Thor to kind of just run away from that one. They're looking for a possible pick here. The Verdant Growth will connect. Grab will miss. Nightcrawler force from Medieval. They're looking to collapse in.
Well, will he collapse in? It's a bit risky if he does choose to go in for that. Actually disengages once against Silence from Bolcher into a Spirit Ball on Chris Pocket. Forces some damage with a Crush defense for now. But oh, here comes the re-engagement.
The Wisp doing a decent job keeping Chris Pocket's health pretty high up. And with that, they're going to go ahead and disengage. Hi Five definitely do not want to make a mistake at this point in the game. They have a lead. They do not want to lose it. Gold Fury, though, is going to be up in about 50 seconds. That is where we're likely going to see the next real big commitment to a fight.
This has been a slow bleed coming out from Hi Five, honestly. These engagements have gone slowly in their favour. It's Boogaloo's time, though, right now, as you can see. But they're starting to weather the storm and bring it back a little bit. If you check the charts, you can just see how they're starting to swing upwards in their favour again. It's going to be about the next Gold Fury, honestly, like you said, as these Harpies are taken down the left by Hi Five. This next Gold Fury is very important now that the solo lanes have opened up with the Tier 1 towers being missing. It's going to be about this big Gold Fury fight that's going to happen, or if someone can just get it for free.
Yeah, they're not too deterred by it, though. You look at the wards placed right now by Boogaloo. They have pretty much the entire center portion of the map all warded up with vision. Hi Five have some deep vision beyond that. But Boogaloo are set up that, they lost that little bit of a safety net with the Tier 1 towers. But they have the vision to make sure they're not going to get caught out by any sort of little rotation coming out from Hi Five. So, they lost some towers, but they warded up to kind of prevent that advantage from coming out too much.
Unique nearly got caught out there, just somersaulted away from the wall coming out. Loki doing what Loki does best and starting to try and split push using this decoy to his advantage. Medieval having none of it though and chasing with the spider army after him through the jungles. It was like, please go away, spider, will you despawn already? Like, jeez, like, get off my back. But right Harpy's going to go to Brochacho in the meantime. And it looks like we might see Boogaloo look for this Gold Fury here as Bolcher's clearing out wards. The Sentry Ward war went on and Boogaloo won it. Nick won the trade with Bolcher.
Yeah, small little victories sometimes. We'll see how it matters. Sentry Ward's still in hand for Polar Bear and Mike. They'll be able to do a little more counter running, but Vedium and Nick both have one of their own. This is basically going to come down to, I don't know if it's necessarily a full-on Gold Fury dance, but they're going to look for a pick. Basically, if anybody missteps, they're going to jump on it immediately. Medieval taking a decent bit of poke. Has to be careful.
Left side though, Nonton gets caught out in a bit of a bad situation here. No Evil's already been used. Athena's been channeled in. Nonton does have his ultimate available. Uses Astral Barrage after the Athena engages. Brochacho dunks down, doesn't find the connection he wants onto the right target, but he does force Unique's beads there as well. So Thor ultimate down. Meanwhile, at the same time, the Fear No Evil's down, as is the Astral Barrage, as is the Athena ultimate. Chris Pocket's ultimate is available, as is the I'm a Monster.
See how this all comes out. Taunt will connect with the Ozzy Wuzzy game. Pulled back into a decent chunk of damage from Elbow Chacho's Berserker Barrage as the Wrath of Terra dropped down from Chris Pocket. Not going to find a lot. It's going
to be a long fight. The reason it's going to be a long fight now, Zayden, is because everyone's used their ultimates.
Yeah.
There's only the Circle of Protection and I'm a Monster available. It's going to come down to those two ultimates if they're going to try and fight out this Gold Fury here. Nonton's actually trying to life steal up at the moment off that Gold Fury. He's not starting it.
There's a little bit more burst damage coming out from Hi Five with that ultimate, so they have to be careful. There's a taunt coming in, looking for a flipped follow-up. Can they lock down a kill? Chris pocketing the back, circle protection. He is pretty much dead to rights right now. Not going to need the circle protection. I'm a monster from Nick. Will miss a rare one from him.
It will Spirit Ball connects though, and now he's going to be in a lot of trouble too as the taunt connects. He's going to send all over the wall away from danger. Vetium trading off with Medieval though, and Medieval's winning that trade. Why? Because he's an assassin. Ozzy does assassinate back onto Medieval, but he uses the Nightcrawler to chase onto the back line. Looking for Nick, gonna find the damage, not enough to kill him. Fair Weaver defensively used, saves the day, but Medieval's dot damage is enough to bring down Unique, and that is going to be the Gold Fury for Hi Five.
Yeah, pretty big victory, 1 for 3. Someone, though, is still kind of waiting in the wings. He does not have... Does he have the Wrath of the Gods? He does not have Wrath of the Gods. Doesn't even have Hand of the Gods, so you can potentially look for a cheeky little kill, but health bars for Hi Five are reasonably high. Couldn't even look for a cheeky kill in a 1-for-1 trade with his own life. So Hi Five win that team fight, win the Gold Fury battle overall, and propel themselves up to about a 6,000 gold lead.
Yep, gonna put him in a bad spot again now. Hi Five have the lead over Boogaloo. The experience and gold lead is monumentous right now for 20 minutes in. And with the jungle respawning right now, they can look to clear that one out and start looking for the fire giant in some of these tier 2 towers. Can Hi Five, if they can get that opportunity available to them. It's definitely Hi Five's game this at the moment with how it stands, but Boogaloo are not out of it. Take into account it's Scylla, Loki, Batz, Ullr, and Sylvanus. I mean, if you were told that was the composition you've got to face for your spot into the competition, you wouldn't be happy. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be 100% comfortable with that, especially with the late game they've got. It's not over.
Not by any shred of the imagination. It's like you said, it's all going to come down to these next handful of fights. Mid-Harpy spawning. At this point in time, not really worth fighting over. Someone happens to stumble across them, like Chacha just did. No reason not to pick them up. Otherwise, now some decent items starting to come online. A bit of a safer build for Nick this time. Not rushing that Book of Thoth, going instead for that Warlock Sash. A little bit of extra health. When you're up against the likes of an Arachne and Thor, you need to make sure you're not getting burst down out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. So for the time being, there's a little bit of slack on warding right now, but Hi Five has spread their wards quite around the map at the moment. You can see some over on this duo lane side as well, quite deep on that side, and 1 sentry ward down at the moment over the fire giant. In the mid lane though, Hi Five starts to group up, they're looking for a pick onto Nick, and he might be in trouble here.
Gonna be forced to use that monster for a bit of crowd control immunity and make sure no follow-up crowd control came in. Gonna look for just to head back to base, heal himself up, top off his health bar a little bit. He's not playing a bad game necessarily, but the setup has not really been there so far. Last game we saw time and time again, crowd control would pull somebody, lock them in place, and the Ant Monster came ripping right down on top of them.
Oh, Chris is going to get hit by a taunt, and now he's going to get hit by a wall and the double tap, and the wing gust on the backside he's going to connect to, but the burst from Ullr to Vulture was good enough to force a circle of protection. Ozzy with the assassinate over the wall was fantastic, but Thor's going to chase him down.
They're looking for it. The preemptive strike not going to get in range for a taunt on Ozzy answering 1-for-1. Medieval finds a kill in middle of 1v3 onto Unique. That's why you have to be afraid of that spider. Drops down and use that Nightcrawler up an infinite web to just run away. He
actually fell with his Nightcrawler onto Ozzy's face as well. Ozzy was like, what the? And he was like, what? But he does manage to get away for now. But what this means, he is hiding, is they can start sieging the fire giant. Scylla's ultimate is down here, and he's getting zoned out by Elbow Chacho again. And there's not a whole lot Loki can do. This is going to be rough. How long till Chris Pockett's up? He's alive now, but he's not going to make it here in time, I don't think.
And it's down to 30%, 26-25. That's the threshold. Wrath of the Gods dropped down by Polar Bear Mike and finds the first fire giant of this matchup. Vulture's going to be lacking it, but the all-important 80 carry is going to have that extra damage coming out on his attacks to objectives. So those tier 2s, I would not want to be them right now because they're not long for this world.
Well, I want to be Ozzy right now because he's have to use the Vanish, but gets hit by a wall and a double tap from Brochacho. So he's going to fall to the wayside for the next 50 seconds as well. Hi Five have come up through the ranks. They're doing the best to get themselves into this promotional match. Obviously, this is for the 4th place. And at the moment, Hi Five are the ones that are going to take it if this continues the way it's going. And Boogaloo have done great work to get themselves sat in the 4th position for so long. Could be defeated at the last moment.
Definitely a possibility. There's still some hope for these guys. 5th place, it's not a guaranteed seat, depending on, I believe it's reserved for hi-rez invites. But
it's hi-rez invites, but if not, the 5th and 6th may go to them. It's not 100% guaranteed, as it stated in the rules.
Yeah, so
why did I say rules? I don't know. Like it was some sort of I'm sorry, I've turned a bit weird. It's getting late. It's been a long day. Mid tier 2 tower is going to fall down to the wayside. Boogaloo going to be happy to give that one up. I'm pretty sure we'll see Zyden. They'll give up the tier 2s and look to fight the Phoenixes because that's the best chance of defending with this composition they've got.
Yeah, the tier 2 mid tower is generally the easier one to defend. The tier 2 outer ones, they can leap over walls from the back harpy pits and stuff like that. It's risky to defend those. If you lose a couple kills in the process of it, it's like, oh, we gave him 1,500 gold and a couple kills for good measure. They're looking to split push. 3 in the left, 2 in the right. The left side, tier 2 falling. Right side, tier 2 about to fall as well. It's going to be a 3v4 if they find it. Wuzzy actually kind of waiting in the wings for the opportunity, but he's going to be going back to base.
No, he's going back. He's actually going to get caught out by Nonton here thanks to the ward that was placed down. He's going to continue the chase, and Nonton did pop the sprint for the chase. He actually chose the wrong direction for his autos, though. Meanwhile, in the right lane, the Phoenix is under threat here by Elbro, Chacho, and Medieval.
Yep, they were to take all the tier 2 towers down. It's another 4,500 gold in the bank for Hi Five. Thor is up in the air. They can look for the fight right now. It's going to be the question. Comes down, found Chris Pocket. That's a lot of burst damage being thrown down to him right now. Wrath of Terror's pop is good. He's trying to run away. Will he be able to? No, he will not.
Fear No Evil has come out. I'm a Monster connects. Does not actually Vulture. Jukes that one out for the most part. Wall double tap coming out from Brochacho. Double does not connect, but the spin might no assassinate on his face. He goes down to Brochacho. Snipes from Nonton. Secures one. And now they're still looking to force him away as the Phoenix is being hit.
At right side, Phoenix will fall. They're rotating immediately over to mid lane. Medieval pushing that wave all the way to the Phoenix to remove that backdoor protection. Left side minion's a little bit further out, but this is going to be a second Phoenix on the back of the siege. Nonton taking a decent little bit of poke. Will they be able to find the kill right now? Nah. Ooh, actually, Sikkim does connect.
Dead. He should be dead. Oh, he didn't have the crush to follow it, did Nick? That's unfortunate there. And so he will actually live for now. The Fire Giant has starting to take its toll on the boys of Boogaloo. Their dreams of trying to get this spot are slipping to the wayside here as Hi Five have just stepped it up.
Yep, they're stealing away all the jungle buffs right now from Boogaloo. They're going to be looking to go back to base. They're sitting on an absolute ton of gold. 1,300 for Thor, up to 2,500 in the case of Ram. Be some nice shiny new toys. Fire Giant buff will be wearing off here in just a short while. They have some buffs of their own to pick up, some farm to collect, and then more likely than not, a little bit of a lull here again while they just wait for this next Fire Giant to spawn in about 90 seconds.
It's going to be able to, I don't know what to really suggest as Boogaloo here. Maybe they look for the Loki split push, but the obvious one he's going to want to try and split push is down the left-hand side, but he can't do that because that's where Hi Five are going to try and siege now for the time being. Yeah. They can go down the left and siege for this Phoenix. So what he's going to have to do is go against the fire minion curve, which is going to mean it's going to take a lot longer for him to split push down this tier 2 tower. On top of that, he's then going to be on the side of the map for the Fire Giant, which means that he's going to have to deal with Hi Five rotating back over for it. So his split push options are very, very limited right now. The biggest issue that Boogaloo are having is that Chris Pocket is being focused in the team fight straight away. He's on the forefront, he has to be, he's a support player, and he's playing Sylvanus. But Hi Five recognise that how much influence he can have in these team fights, so they're annihilating him before Boogaloo can respond to the aggression put on him. And so Chris is going to have to try and pick his moment absolutely perfectly for the most part, and his team need to respond absolutely perfectly too, because here we go again, Chris looking for an opportunity, but already been spotted out, and the ward's placed down, and going to zone him back to this left Phoenix.
Yeah, but it's going to come down to, I think Boogaloo really need to look to set the initiation. They're all pulled back defensive right now. No one's in a position really to get caught out. Medieval's waiting in the wings. There's the Blink Wrath Terror coming down from Chris Pocket. They found the first kill of this fight. Will it be enough to go forward, though? That's going to be the question. El Berchacho answers back as the fight does continue. Medieval in the back is just ripping everybody apart.
Yeah, he is. Brochacho's actually going to lose aggro now. Medieval's actually going to get tower aggro as well. Not going to have Nightcrawler available just yet. He's got to go down to not Vetium. He didn't use the Nightcrawler in time. Vetium finds a second kill. Pocket doing his best to defend, but the Phoenix falls, and they're going to try to go aggressive. They have to go aggressive here. Vetium is not done.
They need to find whatever they can. As he was in the back.
Was he teleport?
He's looking for somebody. Can he find it? Silence comes down as well. The taunt Spirit Ball. He's going to fall here. That was
the taunt.
Yeah, that was
the silence. It was the silence more than the taunt that set that one up. The silence was huge coming out from Vulture there. So Ozzy could have made a huge play then, but just presence of mind from the boys of Hi Five to deny that option to them. And now we're in that moment of the game that every team dreads. Every team dreads. 3 Phoenixes down, Fire Minions pouring in from more angles, Fire Giants up. Can you get a Fire Giant in response and try and defend the Fire Giant? Can you defend your base in time? Can you pull an Agilitas? Can you pull an Agilitas? That's the question.
They need to do it right now. Like I said, this game decides who gets that all-important guaranteed spot. There's a lot on the lines right now. 13,000 gold in the lead, 12 kills in the lead. Hi Five are looking to close this game out here in a very short span of time. We'll see if they can do it. Fire Giant, second one of the game, getting started. Nobody nearby from Boogaloo right now to stop this. And with all three Phoenixes at least weakened, two about to respawn, they're probably not going to be living too long once Hi Five kind of groups up and starts pushing for them.
Well, this was the calm before the storm as we approach the 30-minute mark now. Boogaloo have the Titan still standing, but that's all that is still standing right now for the moment. As I say that, the right Phoenix spawns, the middle one will due shortly after, and already Hi Five grouping up for it on this right side.
Let's see if they look for mid lane, a little back and forth, stun. He getting forced back 1v2, Medieval just ripping him a new one. Right side, Phoenix is about to be brought down very, very quick, very easy. Chris back and
blink from Chris. But will he manage to find anything else? The monster did connect, but the two-man taunt was forcing beads out everywhere. Chris Bock is very low on the backside here. The Fear Weevil buys them time, but Uzi can't find a kill. Meanwhile, Brochacho does. And now the siege of the Titan begins.
Medieval finds one more pick in the back. That is an absolute army of minions right now. Only Nick left standing. Not going to be able to hold on to that one. Hi Five going to be winning the tiebreaker matchup. Going home 4th place to close out the North American Challenger Cup.
So that is the end of your North American Challenger Cup after 7 weeks. 7 weeks of competition between these teams. We have our 4 finalists that are going to advance 100%. Those 4 finalists will be Team Eager alongside Legion, who didn't play today. They decided to take a siesta, which is fine because they'd already qualified. Team Return secured themselves the 3rd spot. And finally, Hi Five defeated Boogaloo in that final tiebreaker match to secure that 4th and final spot. We'll find out, though, what teams they're going to be facing up against in the next coming weeks. But for North America, that's pretty much the end. But what have we got tomorrow, Zayden?
Tomorrow, it's going to be another quite long day of many people fighting over a couple remaining spots for EU. Panthera has locked themselves in. Other than that, I believe it's pretty much open picking for whoever the heck wants to. Stats just coming up on screen right now. Spicy Waffles also have locked themselves into a 2nd place spot. It's all down to who can possibly come out 3rd and 4th, and there's going to be about 6, 7, 8 or so teams fighting over those 2 respective spots.
Well, just like today, then, guys, tune in again tomorrow for the European side of things. It starts about 3 p.m. CET, which is about stupid time. What's stupid time for Americans to get? Is it like 11 or something? Yeah, I think it's like 11 EST.
It's earlier.
Oh,
I believe it's 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, okay, 9 a.m. Whatever, who cares? It's American time. No one cares about America. It's all about Europe now. America's completed. If you don't tune in tomorrow, have a lovely rest of the week. Be ready for the LAN coming up next weekend, though, boys and girls, because next weekend we get the top teams from North America and Europe battling it out at Atlanta Studios, live on LAN. All through the week, you'll be able to vote and donate towards the charity of the North American Cancer Society or something like that. I don't know what they call it over there. We call it something different over here. But we'll be having there we go.
That'll be Thursday and Friday for the Spring Fling.
That's right, Spring Fling, Thursday, Friday. Tune in for that. Lots of fun action. I'm going to throw eggs at Cuvo's face for fun and maybe turn Loki into actually Zalia. Yeah, we'll see. Tune in for that all next week, guys. We'll be back tomorrow once again with Europe.